This is the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast. Here is Stacey and Curtis.
Yay. We're back once again, 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
We hit record 10 minutes in.
We deleted the preamble because nobody needs to hear that.
I swear sometimes our preamble is better than the amble.
I should be saving the preamble.
And we should just...
And then we should put it for subscribers only.
I'm not even joking.
Dude, all that wasted... How many episode 10s have we had?
Well, we're a lot more relaxed. We were a lot more unprofessional in that 10-minute preamble. We just let stuff fly.
No, we're professionally honest is what it is.
Well, that's what I mean. We're not worried about saying the wrong thing or guidelines. Not that we're horrible people, but we have a responsibility as we're putting this out.
Yes.
To
not swear.
Well, not swear and keep the
kidding.
humor a little less blue.
Yes.
But in that 10-minute preamble, sometimes there's nuggets of absolute gold. And
we have a good exchange, and it's like a little warm-up.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, now let's play by the rules.
Yeah.
Now let's do the PG version
The
of
PG
what we just talked about.
version of today's episode 10 is going to be winter.
Prairie winter.
Prairie winter. And it's odd that we chose it today and not on one of the minus 47, 8, 9 days that we've had. We chose it on a +4 day, but that factors into a prairie winter, let's face it.
But people will listen to this at different days. And if it's +4 today, it will be -30 by the end of the week, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
we
your
all
update.
Know. That's the thing. We read the weather every morning. And Joel and I were saying, we're like, is this it?
Yeah.
Like, are we good now?
No, that's false hope. And that's what it does.
Only February. We still have a couple months yet of unpredictability.
Yep.
But I don't know if we should start with it, but I feel like it's kind of obvious. Climate change and winters when we were younger.
Yeah.
I don't remember warm winters like this ever.
I don't either.
And is it because you only remember the bad?
Well, as a kid, you don't remember the work it takes to keep your family warm and alive, right? It's like you're in the car.
Not.
I'm in my ski pants and my big jacket.
I remember the process of getting dressed for school because I had to walk what felt like 1,000 blocks in the winter.
Yep.
And it was the whole meal deal. And Mom would wrap this insanely large scarf twice around my neck and then twice around my forehead and then tie it back around my neck. And I felt like this little, mummy on the way to school. And I don't want to pull the other thing too, but I really feel like we had way more snow back then.
Really?
All the time. Yes, I remember
Is that because you were little?
Possibly. Walking in ski pants is hard. When your legs are short, it's hard. So, exactly.
Yep.
8 inches of snow right now, as opposed to when you're 7, is very different.
Yeah.
But I just don't remember the warmness of winter back then. I only remember just being terrible and cold.
Yeah. I wish I had more memories of thinking about weather when I was a kid. But we lived down the block from school. Like, I could run if I had to school in like 3 minutes.
I had a 15-minute walk for sure.
So I remember being bundled up, like you said. I remember those mornings when it was really, really bad, but I would be like, okay, out the door.
Yeah, fast.
And there was it wasn't the main door, but on the super cold days of Prince Philip School, you could go to the door that was right facing my block. They would open it.
Oh, man. That's convenient.
So I never really... It was never me against the elements because we lived so close to school and we didn't go anywhere else.
Yeah, fair. And like you said, when you did, you got into your parents' vehicle, which they had started probably 15 minutes earlier with the keys in the ignition running. Because that's what we did back then as well. But yeah, and then I remember going tobogganing and stuff, but it was on nicer days.
Yeah.
You weren't. That's I think what's so funny when people from other countries hear about Canada, find out about the weather that we have. They're just blown. Like, how do you survive in -47? You just.
You don't have a choice.
And it's also like we're not outside just like, I'm going to go for a stroll down the Meewasin. I know it's -52. We don't. We hibernate, we stay inside, and we don't dress properly for the elements. And then we complain about the weather.
Do you think it being this cold, what are the benefits of it?
Of extreme cold weather?
Of extreme cold weather here on the prairies.
0 things.
Really?
What would be... Okay, no, I take it back. Visually, it can be pretty. When it's like foggy, because it's so cold, that's it.
I would challenge any other province to have the same feeling of electricity come June as like the cold prairies, as like
Oh, I see what you're saying. The positive is that it makes us appreciate the summer.
Yeah.
Yes, I get that. That's
everybody
why we say we live
talks
here.
about
We live
going,
here for the summer.
living in hot places around the year, and I think I would hate it.
Really?
I think I would just get so bored of it always being warm.
I think I would like to try.
Yeah, fair.
And
I
then
think
see how I feel.
and I have friends that have moved away and they've said that they miss it. Like they don't miss the cold, but they miss that energy of it's finally here when summer comes.
Well, and that's the thing is we have so much anticipation
Yeah.
with the seasons. We love fall. We hate the fact that winter's right behind it. We hate winter. Spring, disgusting and sloppy. And then eventually the melting takes over and you get ahead and the brown turns to green. And then we have to cram all the fun things into 3.5 months, maybe 4 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of
12 weeks if you're lucky.
Yeah, and so we do actually have, you're right, the prairie provinces as opposed to British Columbia or even like further out east. A lot revolves around the weather for us and our lives, even though we might not think it. Because we put so much into it because we can't wait for winter to be over. And then we're enjoying summer. And then if it's raining, you're like, oh, I just want it to stop raining. We hold so much stock in the weather. It's ridiculous, actually. I'm kind of embarrassed.
But I am addicted to that summer energy.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you have traditions that you do and you know when the weather comes, that's what you can do. Like, it's so nice.
It fills my head during these dark winter days of it's coming. There's that finish line and it's going to be so good.
Yes. And
And
like,
you're at the lake and it's hot.
100%.
And
And like the first time you get in the car without a jacket, like a winter jacket, and you feel so much space around you, you're like, oh my God, what is this feeling? And then you're like, this is it. This is summer. Spring's here. I can dress differently.
so for someone like myself who can't be alone with my thoughts, I don't know. I think I'd go crazy if I didn't have those goals, those markers.
The
That's
markers.
what's getting through me. That's what's getting me through winter now and seasonal depression, which is the next topic. Is I'm just locked on to, okay, head down. Let's just get through this. It's going to get better soon. And oh, it's going to be so fun. I'm going to come alive in June.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down Spadina when it's just people.
Yeah.
Because I live in the North End. You drive down Spadina and come June, it's just
So
thousands
many
of
people
from
doing
the
so many things.
downtown all the way north, just everybody out
Yeah.
there. They're biking, they're walking, they're in the park. They're
And I
that's
love
the best,
those
the best.
summers where when we have had some pretty low river levels as of late, but when people go down to that one at the end of Pembina,
Pembina,
Ravine?
sure. Yeah.
the North End. I'm also from the North End.
Yep.
So that beach there has become quite popular in the last 10 years, I want to say, because it seems like we've had lower water levels. And when people go out there, I went to Poplar Bluffs this last summer on a play date with my daughter and some friends, and it was amazing. The access you have when the water is low enough. And I know the low water can be, good or bad or whatever, but we do have a lot of opportunities to take advantage of where we live.
That place you're talking about in the North End, that tiny little park, and there's like a bathroom there and all those fire pits.
It's the pit, or it's the shack.
The shack, yes. I go running back and forth there in summer, and it is always like a absolute, like a lot of families that I'm guessing have recently emigrated to
Yes.
Canada.
Yes.
They're
all over
they
it.
are there, and it just warms my heart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it properly,
Well, I
but I
think
run by
it's-
there, and it's just like families
Yeah.
doing what
Barbecues,
you
playing
did
sports.
what you did as a kid when you'd get together in those large family gatherings, like for holidays. They do it every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it
I've
makes
seen
me
them
so
bring-
happy and sad because I'm like, that's the community.
Yes.
That's what everyone should be doing. But they're the only ones doing it, and they
Well-
are taking advantage of the land we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I love seeing it so much.
It's something that I think because you just mentioned, like if they are new Canadians, this opportunity is probably new to them in essence. Like I'm sure they had gatherings before they got here, but like on that nice, beautiful Meewasin with the lovely grass down there and stuff, like that opportunity, they're like, absolutely. Whereas I think we are, as much as you don't want to admit it, jaded, where it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, if I go to a picnic, I have to pack everything up and blah, blah, blah. And that's what they're doing without complaining. And then us, locals are just like, ugh, it's too hot. I have to pack my stuff.
Right.
And you're right. Like, we don't make enough of an effort, I think, on those things anymore.
It breaks and fills my heart at the same time. 'Cause
Totally.
I have lost that. I don't have a big family anymore, but I remember get-togethers like that when I was a kid with all the aunts and uncles and the relatives and just being somewhere together, and everybody was there. And they do it every week, and
Yeah.
I love it. And then I get home from my run, and my sister's calling me, and I'm like, no, I'm not answering that.
Yeah. Anyway.
So shout out to those families and those communities, because, oh God, that makes me smile.
Well, you know what I did once with my mom? She's really great for, and my family's pretty small. It's me and my brother, my daughter, and my parents. And we will sometimes go down to those pits at the bottom of White Swan there and just do hot dogs, a bag of chips, like nothing fancy.
Yeah.
A couple condiments and a few cans of pop and wiener sticks. And then dad's got some wood from home, and you literally have a barbecue start to finish 45 minutes.
Yeah.
My brother was on his lunch break. He met us. It was really nice.
Right? And
For
that's
just that little quick taste.
we should do this all the time, and then you never do it again.
We
Or
do
it's
it,
years.
I want to say twice a summer.
Cool.
And that's better than it has
Yeah.
been. Because we
Yeah.
used to, when you were saying about like getting the family together, I remember getting buckets of KFC and blankets and bottles of Fresca, because my grandpa loved Fresca and so do I, and going down to Kinsman by what is now Nutrient Playland with the Gold People.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd plunk a blanket down and just have a huge KFC picnic and then go play in the boxing bag park at the back that they got rid of.
Yes.
We'd play there. And then we'd go down to the Pest Hill Park that has the paddling pool. We'd go there. And it was a thing that we always did. And yeah, like when you look back, it's like, why? The opportunities are all still there.
Yeah.
Nothing's keeping
Yeah.
us back.
What changed is us.
Damn
and,
it.
and society.
Am I a terrible person?
And no, I don't think our parents were as busy as we are.
100% Curtis. Yes.
I think that's an unfair comparison.
Yep, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I feel better. Thank you.
No, of course. I think about this all the time. I'm in my own head constantly. Even like my wife and I had our kids 10 years apart, and even just how the world has changed time-wise from our son to our daughter, and the time and our commitment. And I know that happens as you get older, but I don't know. We're all just so busy. We're so busy.
Yeah, and I definitely, and it's not even busy with like things necessarily. It's like what you just said, like in your head busy.
It's keeping up.
Yeah. And it sucks again to say like, oh, the thought of packing everything up and going seems like too much work. But that's the kind of stuff that they made time for.
Yeah.
And we're just maybe choosing not to. I don't know.
I think maybe a little of both. I think the time is there if you make it, but it comes at the expense of something else, always. I don't know. I'm never sitting around going, wow, I've got an entire day of nothing to do.
Yeah.
Let's go make a whole day of it. You could plan it, but like I said, then you're not doing something else that eventually needs to be done. And I
Yeah.
don't know how life got so busy.
Oh, that's that's a question for another podcast.
Everybody has side hustles, and I don't
and
know.
well, you've got like 4 side hustles.
Sure. But anywho.
Anyway, okay, so that is the anticipatory life that we lead.
We can go back to climate change real quick. We kind of brushed over that. I don't remember, as we said, it being just wall-to-wall cold as a kid, but I didn't do a lot of things either. Like, we weren't leaving the house a ton. Like I said, I'd run to school and back.
Yeah.
Maybe I had piano lessons. Other than that, I wouldn't come with my parents if I didn't need to. I had that older sister, so she'd
Right.
stay home, and if they had to go grocery shopping, if they had to go get gas, I stayed in my warm little house.
And I was the older, so mine's kind of not quite the same. But I think for me, the biggest note of the weather was the walking to school, only because it was 15 minutes, right? That was a big chunk of my day. But I just do remember like the volume of snow. I feel like we always just, or maybe people didn't shovel the sidewalks in my neighborhood. I don't know.
I have relatives that moved to the coast, and they've been there for 12 years, and they That's the topic every time I talk to them about how like every year it's hotter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and there, we
They
see
can
that.
even they can even map it from like when they first got there. Like every year it's just like a little bit
Warmer.
worse out there.
And do you remember every once in a while this? I feel like I don't remember the one I first remembered, and I don't have it in front of me. But when we had a brown Christmas, and
Yeah.
how weird that was. I think 1997.
It was definitely 1997. It was 100% 1997.
Because I moved to England in 98. So I remember I got in on it before I moved. Oh, I just want to Google. What are you doing?
That was the year I just started dating my wife, like a month earlier. And I remember we spent Christmas together and we went for a walk and it felt like June.
Yeah, it was. And like
There was no snow.
you attach so much to Christmas of the atmosphere,
Yep.
the snow,
Yep.
the winterness of Christmas. And to wrap your head around that was so weird because you weren't out shoveling, you weren't freezing your butt off, you didn't look out the window and go, wow, everything looks so pretty. It was just like permanent fall.
Yeah.
And not the good part of fall, the last part of fall.
It was not good.
Okay.
You need the snow on Christmas.
Brown Christmases are defined as less than 2 centimeters of snow on the ground. In Saskatchewan, particularly Saskatoon and Regina, have had 2023, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2011, and 97. Interesting. Okay.
97, there it was.
97 was the big one. I don't know if I remember the other. For some reason, 97 just sticks into my mind because I think that was the one where I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, we were like
What's-
just adults. Mm-hmm. So probably a little more, it's up to us to drive at this point. So you're a little more aware of your surroundings than you
Yeah.
were even like 5 years before that.
Yeah. And those were, I always think like how weird it is for the average person who's like, oh, thank goodness it's a brown. I shouldn't say thank goodness, but like it's not cold. I don't have to shovel. But when you think of people who make their livelihoods from winter sports or winter weather or winter activities, like they must just be like, oh my God, will we be able to pay the bills? And here we are. We're like, yay.
So, Stacy Cooper, do you like winter? Is that a loaded question?
Yeah.
What's your relationship with winter?
It's love hate. Let's face it.
Yep.
I get sucked up into the wonderful, like when we had all that hoarfrost.
Yep.
Sign me up. Wonderful. But when we have blistering winds and a bunch of snow, I live in an apartment, so like my snow removal is very bad and it pisses me off on a daily basis. That's what I don't like.
Okay.
I like the idea of going tobogganing with my daughter, playing in the snow, that sort of thing. But when it gets bad, I don't like it. And I feel like that's pretty average.
I had a different friend who moved to the coast, not to the island, but just to a suburb in Vancouver or whatever, and she could not believe how fun. I don't even know if it was Vancouver, sorry. It was somewhere in the area because there was snow. There was still a ton of snow, but it wasn't cold.
Right.
And she was like, I can't believe how much fun like skiing and snowboarding and tobogganing and snowshoeing is when you can do it constantly and it's only like -5.
Yeah. And that's the temperature I feel like does hinder us actually.
Yeah.
Because we have the snow, but we don't necessarily have the temperatures for
Yeah.
it. Whereas if you can live in that perfect hybrid of like, perfect snow all the time, come on. That's not real.
That's not fair.
That's not real. That's fake.
I think I would rather be cold than hot. I know that's kind of a weird
Ooh,
take.
Joel and I talked about
Oh,
this.
did you? Yeah. I love warming up. I find it like impossible to cool down once you're sweaty.
Yeah.
It's the worst. You need a shower, and then if it's still hot, there's no point. I also used to be quite large and heavy, so I was,
and
I was a
that's-
lot sweatier.
Yeah.
And I just, there's something magical about warming up.
And I get that too, but there's also something magical about sitting on a beach chair. And that's when I
Oh
don't
yeah,
mind
no,
the
for
heat.
sure. I'm talking about just like going through the drudgery of day to day. I would rather be chilly and then being able to like warm up somewhere before I'm a little chilly again than just be sweating all day.
Yeah.
We
I
went
get
to
that.
Florida once in September. We'd only done that once. And I have never felt humidity like that before.
Ooh,
'Cause,
Florida
like,
humidity.
30, a Saskatchewan plus 30, you're at the lake, it's fine.
Yeah.
Plus 30 with humidity in Florida, I wanted to die. Like you step outside and you just start sweating and you don't stop. You just have to give yourself up to the fact that you are just going to sweat all day.
And then you get stressed out with the prevention of sweating, and then you're like, I can't. I just have to embrace it.
Yeah.
And there is something about like an Arizona summer and a Florida summer, the wet heat, the dry heat, that sort of thing. But I don't know. I feel like the pros for us for hot outweigh or like I just feel like I think I like the heat better is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. After all that verbal diarrhea.
Do you have any spring traditions that you look forward to, as I alluded to before, when I get through winter? Because I just suck it up. Winter is always the busiest with my like camera and directing side gig.
Yeah.
There's a game, some sort of sport every weekend, all January, February, March, and then playoffs. So those are the 3 months I just kind of keep my head down. I lock in. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating super healthy. I'm just working. And then that's how I justify just absolutely being irresponsible and destroying my body through many vices come summer.
That's your goal.
Right?
At the end of at the end of the line, that's what you work for.
Yep.
And yeah, I think for me, I don't have like maybe something as hardcore because let's face it, I don't work out or eat super healthy. But for me, I absolutely love like gardening.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate that I don't have a garden, but I do have a really nice south-facing balcony.
There you go.
Which lends itself to plants. And so I really look forward to getting the flowers, getting the plants, doing the potting, setting up my umbrella on the balcony, and growing things. And I think I get that from my grandma. I don't know, but that's for me something that for springtime it's like, okay, now we can do this. And like as much as it sucks, I really do enjoy the big yard cleanup. Because that for me is like the shedding of the shitty winter we've had, and now everything is neat and tidy and ready to turn green.
Yeah.
That's a lovely little what do you call it when a butterfly sheds its thing? Not catharsis. Chrysalis?
Yeah.
Something like
Sure.
that. Shed my skin. Shed my winter skin.
Yeah. And wouldn't you miss that if you lived in someplace hot all the time? Have that feeling?
I can't say, Curtis,
Okay.
because I've never done it. I did get to experience something weird. I feel like I might have talked about this before, but when I was in Australia, I was there over Christmas, and I spent Christmas with some friends, and it was 37 degrees on Christmas Day. And so we were in our bathing suits, we were in the pool, we were having mimosas, and we had a beautiful seafood spread for Christmas dinner. My friend's mom, Becky's mom.
Shout out, Becky.
A huge crab in the middle of the plate with his arms out in the thingies.
The pinchers.
The pinchers. And then we had like oysters and mussels and shrimp. And it was amazing and weird at the same time because we knew it was Christmas, but we had none of the lead up of like traditional North American Christmas. And so here we are swimming on Christmas Day, like so bizarre. And that was for them, like, this is normal. And for them to see snow, they were like, oh my God. You know, like it's just so backwards. So backwards.
Yeah. I don't know how I would deal without the cold. I think I said this before already, but just having nonstop heat throughout the year, I think I'd go nuts.
I mean, it is nice. It's a breakup.
It's also cleansing. That's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know how to say this without sounding like a jerk, but we don't have the like permanent. I don't have the answers for this, but we don't have like the permanent encampments because of our weather.
Oh yeah.
You know, not saying that's a positive thing or a negative thing, but just we don't have the unhoused problem that warmer places do.
Yeah. That's
year
a very
round.
fair statement. Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying like it's just that's something that we don't have to address full time here.
Yeah. And I think like you said before, like the break of a weather change, it does add some, I don't want to say excitement to your life, but it adds another aspect to your life where you have something else to deal with, incorporate. It becomes part of your life. I just wish that it could be more mild because I don't know how many times I've been outside and said to myself, this right here, if this is what winter was like, 100%, let's go. But it's not the case. We just have like such crappy extremes, and that's what's
I'm so afraid I'm going to say something offensive, but where I was going with that is that once it gets cold, we actually have to care. We have to have action with the unhoused people of Saskatoon.
Maybe it's a benefit.
We have to check on them and get them inside and make sure they're okay, where I feel like a lot of unhoused people just kind of slip through the cracks if they're not going to die outside.
Fair enough.
Year round, right?
Yep.
So I think that's a positive. That's where I was going. I was like, oh man, I'm going to sound like I
No.
hate homeless people
No,
on the
because-
podcast.
but it's
So I was
a-
very careful what I said, but
No.
that was kind of my point.
It's
was
totally
that
valid.
with these intense season changes, we can't ignore
Certain things.
certain things, and that is one
Yeah.
of them. And I think that's a benefit of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've been to Vancouver, and other parts of BC.
And it's easy to just not go to those areas of town and ignore it, and it stays the same year round.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about climate change when it comes to winter, the seasonal depression part of winter.
Do you get seasonal depression?
I don't think so. I just get tired of winter, but
Okay.
I don't. And again, I've never dealt with it. I know lots of people that do have it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's an issue for me. And I get like how for me, yes, I feel better when the sun is shining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a cozy, cloudy day. And I know it is pretty cloudy during the winter, but I don't think it has enough of an effect on me for me to notice it or deal with or like treat it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like with one of those lights that you can get, or going to a doctor and getting some extra vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
And I take vitamin D on a normal basis to begin with. But yeah, I know people who are like, they have to go on a hot holiday.
Yeah.
I was like, well, let's face it, who wouldn't want to go on a hot? But they're like, no, I have to. I have to. It's for my own peace of mind. I need to escape this hell that I'm in. And I'm like, okay, different strokes for different folks.
I can respect that. Mm-hmm. I can respect that. We used to take a trip in January for our son's birthday, and that was fine. And then we would take it in November, just because once my son started university, that reading week was the only like good time.
Right.
And then last year, we decided to go in May as soon as he was done. And that was probably the happiest I've ever been during winter.
Was when you were somewhere warm?
Well, just knowing that
Shocker.
like on April 20th, we're flying. We're
Yeah.
flying out of here and going on a big vacation. So that was just an extra like countdown
Yeah.
through winter. So I totally get that.
Well, and
Totally get that people need to get away, because not only is it fun, it's like that reward for
Mm-hmm.
if you schedule it for like late February. I could totally see how it makes those first 8 weeks of like the new year and
Yeah.
the worst of winter just kind of fly by, and you're looking for something, and it's
Exactly.
anticipation that keeps
and
you going.
And those people can't quite make it to the spring.
Yeah.
Because that for you is you're kind of like, this is what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
They need something just a little bit sooner to get the payoff. And like I've gone on hot holidays in January and February before, and it is, and plus I'm a very like anticipation for me. I love it. Like if I'm booking a holiday 4 months out, for those 4 months, I am planning everything to the minutia. I'm researching where we're going. I'm ordering summer outfits. Like it encompasses me because it's such a wonderful thing to look forward to.
Anticipation is it's not even the secret of happiness. That's
And you know what?
how many times is anticipation better than the real thing? Like most of the time?
I don't want to say most of the time.
I'd
but,
say a lot of the time.
But it's such a wonderful way to occupy your brain. And I do
Yep.
that a lot in life. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, a trip to Mexico in January is something huge to look forward to. But I'll even look forward to, like, being able to go to my girlfriend's house for dinner. In my mind, I'm like, that's happening on Tuesday. Let's go Tuesday. And then once Tuesday passes, I pick something else. And that's how I,
Yeah.
keep myself in a good mind space. I look forward to things so much all the time.
Right? And then you get that weird like postpartum.
Oh, because every once in a while, if you haven't planned things accordingly, you'll look at your calendar and be like, what do I? I'm going to Costco on Thursday. That's not enough. I need something better. Hit me with something better. And then I have to find something better to focus on and then look towards.
Even last weekend when I did that karaoke thing for the Kinsman Telemiracle
Oh, yes.
fundraiser, I lived and
Killed
breathed that for 2 weeks. And I woke up Sunday and I just I didn't know what to do with myself,
Fair enough.
Because that's all I had thought about for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, What now?
Yeah.
I'm
Should
not-
I rehearse? Nope, can't do. Well, I could.
I'm not trying to remember how to samba properly.
Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Anderson on Facebook, go check it out because he killed it
Thank you.
with Miss Gardens.
Heather Gardens.
Heather.
Shout out Heather.
Holy crap, it was so good. But that's the podcast for another day.
Yes, I did. Yeah, we'll do that. But thank you.
It was so good.
I don't want to be dramatic, but that was definitely a career highlight.
100%.
I came up through television.
Yeah.
Love it. Very rarely do I get the immediate audience reaction of a live audience reacting to something you're doing. So yeah, another day.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming.
Oh my God.
that was so surprising when everybody showed up.
Yeah, we secretly had a Teams chat going, and we're planning everything out about when it was and when tickets were available, and we wanted to go and support
So
you.
much secrecy.
I know.
And I moped around for 2 weeks, going, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna suck. I can't sing at all, which I can't. But I'm like, oh, I hope I just don't bomb. And then, there's Heather and I practicing for 4 hours on Sundays.
You were really painting the picture.
Thank you.
And we were even, because I remember saying goodbye to you on Friday, or maybe it was even the last time we did the podcast. I was like, what's up for you this weekend? You're like, oh, I have that Kinsman thing. I'm like, oh, yeah. Anyway, and I was just trying
Yeah.
not to be like, we're all going. But
Well, and when I put myself out there, it's like when I did my stand-up in November, I uninvited my wife.
Hey, self-preservation, I get it.
If I am going to bomb, I don't want to be making eye contact with the people I care about as I'm
you're-
bombing.
that's the thing is you're already, let's say, potentially, because you didn't, but let's say you're going to bomb in front of strangers, terrible. Because all these people are watching you, but then bombing in front of the person you spend your life with,
Yeah.
and they look at you, like you said, when you make eye contact, and it's like, I don't know if I could handle. I would definitely invite my partner, 100%. You
yeah.
cannot see that. You can watch it online afterwards.
And then the only thing more pathetic, this is my stand-up, I'm like, I don't want to be bombing and then having just my wife being like, clapping and whooping extra loud.
And they're like, there's his wife.
Yeah, there's the one
she's
person.
The wife.
I feel so bad for her, married to this loser.
Hey, now, stop it. No self-deprecating.
But it didn't happen.
No, it was fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, the other thing I would like to point out is that when you are in a winter community like the prairies and other places too, like, it's so funny. I seem to always think that like Canada is the only place in the world that has this kind of weather. But you go just south of the border, North Dakota, Montana, they get snow as well. And they get it bad and they get weird ice storms and what have you. But embracing the winter, kudos to the organizations, and I'm talking about Winter Shines, Winterruption, those sort of things that really do try to bring us together and up during these months.
I love how we're on the same page because I wanted to end with that as well, and you beat me to it.
I'm sorry, man.
Shout out to the people who say, no, we're going to do it. We're going to celebrate what we have, even though it's cold and it could potentially be absolutely miserable outside, but we're going to do it anyway, and people come. And that's a testament to us on the prairies. I have a friend named Thomas, and he loves winter, and you can't even argue with him because he just looks you in the eye and goes, why do you live here if you hate winter? Why do you live in a place
That's not fair.
that is like 7 months winter? No, that's actually very fair. Because what do you say to that? Oh, because my job's here.
Well, it is. I can't find this job anywhere else.
That's
actually.
not true. That's not true, Stacy.
We can get into this later, but
Stacey.
I do. It is one, and we question, why do we live here?
Yeah.
And that's when I'm all like, it's for the summers, but why do we live here? Because we were born here, and other people move and go other places.
For me, I am the big fish, small pond. I will never have the opportunities in Saskatoon that I would never have these opportunities anywhere else. And that comes from 10 years of community television when I just went out and interviewed people, and being in such a unique position where I would give time to all these events and organizations that maybe the bigger television stations didn't have. And
Right.
again, this was before like the Global and the CTVs used to do morning shows. So you'd go to their newscast and they would have like 1-2 minute story about one thing happening arts related in Saskatoon. So I was there at a time where daily I was doing interviews on arts and everything around the city. So I built this community of, I helped you guys for so long, and that just turned into friendships. And then when they needed something, camera people or something, I was the first person they came to. And I've just built this incredible network here in Saskatoon that I would never be able to do anywhere else at this point in my life and career.
I've built a little network of 13 years of being on so I can't just take what I have now and put it somewhere else.
Sure.
In essence. Like, yes, there are radio jobs available in other cities.
Yeah.
There are creative writing and videography jobs available, but we have built something here and you do get attached to that.
That is fair.
And you can't have winter be the one thing that makes you take it all and put it somewhere else, because that's kind of silly.
Sure. I apologize then. I
don't
just looked at your on radio output and I was like, oh, as if no other place would take a Stacey Cooper, someone with this radio pedigree and polish. You would be welcomed anywhere.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it is, you do as much as you want to complain, and we do. Oh my God, I love complaining. And ask my best friend. She knows me so well. I will do absolutely anything for her, with her, together, whatever. So she'll suggest something and I will spend probably 3.5 to 4 minutes complaining about it. And then I'll get right in and do it.
Yeah.
So the complaining about the weather is, I think, the other thing. And maybe we need to jump back to embracing winter. But I feel like we thrive on this weird sense of pride of where we live because of the weather.
Oh yeah.
When those people who are like, how do you live there? Oh my God, it's so cold. In essence, you puff your chest out a little bit. You're like, we deal with it. We deal with it. It's fine.
I'm glad you brought that up too, because living here is like having another family. We're like, you can bash it all you want, but as soon as someone that's not here takes a shot, you're like, what did you just say?
Mouth.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
And you gotta be tough to live here. That's why you don't live here, because you're not tough like we are. And then we go home and we're like, God damn,
why am I living here? No, I'm super proud. And it's the love-hate relationship where one day you're like, yes, amazing. The next day you're like, I hate my life. And that's the case. Okay. C'est la vie?
Yeah.
C'est la vie.
And nothing better than coming in from the cold and having soup and hot chocolate. Amazing.
Soup season? Come on.
Amazing.
It's the best. And I am curious, we're doing this podcast on the 4th of February. I would love to just fast forward to February 27th.
27th?
See what the temperature is.
Yeah. It's going to stay warm.
Do you think it's going to be bad in March?
We got to have another cold snap.
I feel like there's one more left in old Mother Nature.
It's one of those, if we don't have another cold snap, then yeah, things are really bad.
Yeah.
To go back to global warming, if it stays 0 until April, we got some trouble, folks.
The other thing, like, quite honestly, I understand that we have treated our planet poorly.
Yes.
We fixed the ozone hole. Shout out to us.
Yeah, shout out to the 90s kids that stopped using hairspray.
You're welcome.
We fixed that.
You are welcome.
Yeah. Now you youngsters and your AI using all the water.
Harumph.
Is it up to us to step in again? The 90s kids need to reunite.
We are the best generation, Curtis. We can fix everything.
Gonna put my Alanis Morissette CD back on and go start
smashing hairspray bottles.
Smashing AI generators.
Yes. But I do just wanted to say, like, I understand what climate change is and global warming, and it's very troublesome. I still think that we are constantly thinking of new ways and coming up with new ways to deal with it. And we fix the ozone, like maybe we're going to fix this. Who knows how long it's going to take? We're probably going to, we have done some damage. I know that. But when you live in a place where you do deal with minus 47 and you do deal with minus 28 in the wind chill and terrible snowstorms, when this weather happens, I'm sorry, I'm happy.
Yeah, go global warming.
Go global warming for just this little spell.
This is how my wife and I talk all the time too.
And then in a week or two, I'll be like, oh, the environment, everybody. Turn your lights off as I start my car 3 times in the morning. Like...
Yeah.
What do you do?
We live that, that meme of that girl frowning and then going, well, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's our that's our winters and global warming. It's like global warming destroying the planet.
But
you're like,
nice
that's
weather?
the worst. And then
maybe
no minus 50 days.
Yeah. And then that's what I think of, too, is like the amount of melt that we've had right now. It's just speeding up spring.
Yeah.
Or like when you get snow late and you're like, ooh, we saved 3/4 of a month of winter because it didn't snow until November 15th.
See,
Holy
what we
crap.
should be doing is, as our snow melts, we should be putting it in Ziploc bags and selling it to the AI companies that need water.
Curtis.
They've got money.
I love it.
Right?
Let's
buy our melted snow water.
Melted snow water.
Keep those giant hellish
Conglomerates.
those things that are just running because they need it to cool down their buildings that are just giant.
Ew,
Like
I don't like knowing
computers
about
just
this.
going, just grinding all day, every day, helping the internet make AI content. And it gets too hot in there, so they need
Can they make
need
energy
the
off
water.
the heat from the machines?
maybe that, right?
Are we high right now? Are we getting too deep into this right now?
They should be powered by homeless dogs running on treadmills.
I mean, that's a dangerous slope of power.
And then you could come adopt those dogs and it'll be in shape,
Just ripped.
you know?
Amazing cardio. Okay, wow.
Wow, we really did not stick the landing. I was just about to comment how last week was so like
Amazing.
amazing and not fighting, but like difference of opinions.
Oh, I loved it.
And this week was just this weird love fest. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of our city.
Where are we going to go next week, Stacey?
Oh, God, who knows? We'll think of it 10 minutes before we record.
As we always do.
As per usual.
It wouldn't be episode 10.
Exactly.
See, that's actually what we reference when we say episode 10, because we spend 10 minutes madly
There you go.
doing research before
That
we
is
start.
it. That is
That's
it.
why it's episode 10.
10-minute prep.
Boom!
Yeah.
Stay warm,
We
even though it's
will-
+4 outside.
Go enjoy some tank tops, some patios. I don't know, barbecue tonight. This
Yes.
is a great day to barbecue. And then we'll see you next time for episode 10.
Thanks for listening to the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast. Check back for new episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at cruisefm.com.